But I wanted to talk a little bit more about the demolition of the 1122 King Road home. And this has been an extremely hot topic lately as we are gearing towards the December 28th date. Um, just want to thank everybody for coming in, thanking me, and getting better. I see everybody's well wishes. I've gotten so many of them the last couple of days, and it's been very uplifting. Um, so I'm extremely aggravated. We have Scott Green, the president of the University of Idaho, essentially playing judge and jury, and soon to be on December 28th executioner of the 1122 King Road home. Now, there's been listen, I understand, okay? I understand that the homeowner turned this home over to the university, which was a fucking wild thing anyway. I don't know why they did that, to give them permission to be judge, jury, executioner in what they do with this home. Now, I understand at some point, maybe after the trial, we have to move on. I get that. I understand it. I respect it. But these victims have zero justice right now. And I'm afraid that if that home is torn down, that minuscule chance that maybe we missed something, and then you're going to have a real problem. Because if that house comes down, you can't go back and redo it. As I reported yesterday, the state was back at King Road, maybe doing their last minute, rush to get any last minute things they could think of in that home before this December 28th demolition. Wanted to make sure all their T's are crossed, all their I's are dotted. Because once that house is down, it's down. It's gone. It's erased from existence forever. And I'm going to tell you right now, the people that are going to be jumping up and down the day that that house is torn down, guess who it is? The defense, Brian Koberger. I just want to bring a couple of things to awareness, and I have a couple articles that I want to read through really quick. I'm going to try to do my best in all of this. As I understand, I have to do a lot of talking. I want to bring some awareness. This was shared on the Gonzalez family Facebook page. And I know in the past, a lot of people go, they don't monitor that page. They don't talk about, well, they do. Christy and Steve are very active on this page. Okay. So let's make that very clear. They don't do it. They have someone that does it for them. You're wrong. 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 Steve and Christy are very active on this page. They have a petition that they posted. I myself have signed it. I have it pinned to the top of my chat. Let's do us a favor. I think they actively only need about 500 signatures right now. They have 2,568. Their goal right now is 5,000. So they've passed the 2,500 goal that was there this morning. Let's get this to 5,000 signatures, and then 10,000, then 15, then 20, then 30. We still have time. We have till the 28th, about another week. Let's get on it. Click on it, sign the petition to stop King Road home demolition. I'll bring up the petition here so you can take a look at it. This is what it will look like when you click on it. Delay Idaho murder scene demolition until after investigation, prosecutorial efforts. Let's get on it. This is very important. And this petition was started on July 5th, 2023, but it needs the utmost attention right now, people. We need to act. And this is Scott Green, the University of Idaho. We got to get on this. Spread this around. Your friends, your family, whoever, follow this case. It's very, very important. I'm going to shout out T-Rev. T-Rev started one the other day and got 1,500, I think over 1,500 signees on that petition. It was mentioned in a couple of articles. Xana Canona's mom was talking about it. All right, let me go to an article that came out yesterday. I'm not going to read the entire thing, but we'll talk about it a little bit here. This was from KTVB7 in Boise, Idaho. Prosecutors returned to King Road house crime scene where 4 University of Idaho students were slain 1 week before demolition. 7 days before, one of the most critical, understand this, one of the most critical pieces of evidence is to be demolished. The prosecution re-enters the King Road house where 4 students are slain. Could this be an attempt to say, hello, university, we need to pump the brakes here. We haven't gotten there yet. Let's maybe consider waiting till after the trial. What's the rush? What's the rush? Prosecution team in the case against the alleged murderer Brent Kopaka was granted access Thursday to the house and gruesome crime scene where 4 University Idaho students were brutally stabbed to death last year. Ethan, Xana, Maddie, and Kaylee were murdered in an off-campus residence referred to the King Road house on November 13, 2022. Prosecutors did not provide a specific reason for visiting the home, nor specific actions being taken while there, according to the statement of the University of Idaho. After the trial, the primary suspect, Brent Kopaka, was delayed indefinitely. In October, several entities involved in the case were given permission to go inside the home to gather more information on the scene of the crime in preparation for a pending trial. Over the past 2 months, the FBI, prosecution, and defense have entered and examined the house. The Thursday visit was perhaps accompanied by a sense of urgency as the University of Idaho plans to demolish the house on the 28th. And this is a beautiful quote here. Yeah, you go, Scott. The University of Idaho stated that neither prosecution nor defense has asked for the house to be retained, and the University of Idaho will proceed with demolition. However, the defense and families of 3 victims have expressed their preference to preserve the house. Let's see. Additionally, the university, I'm going to take off right here. Additionally, University of Idaho plans to construct a memorial called Vandal Healing Garden and Memorial on campus in the memory of the victims. All right, so I stand corrected on that. I have been saying that it was going to be placed in the area of the King Road home, so I stand corrected on that. I apologize. I know I've been called out a few times on that, so I apologize. I stand corrected. Listen, we make mistakes as creators. I own up to them. Not a terrible mistake, but I stand corrected, and thank you for correcting me. Scott Green goes on to say, we know that every action and decision around this horrific incident is painful and invokes emotion. That's why every decision we have made thus far with the families of the victims and our students in mind. No, you haven't. You haven't. You have families now that have come on record that they are vehemently against the demolition of this home. These victims have got zero justice. The trial is not even has not even happened yet. As you saw yesterday, I reported we're maybe looking at a 2024 summer trial in August. So now you're going to be the spokesperson for these families. We've made the decision with the families and the students in mind. Have you? Have you not seen the outpour of the community, the families, people that have followed this case? Students probably in that area. So you're going to be judge, jury, and executioner in this, Scott. I guess that's how it works. Despite the university's decision, demolition arrangements were paused in January after the suspect public defender Ann Taylor provided a motion to preserve the crime scene as evidence. Additionally, the families of the 3 victims have vocalized their desire to preserve the house until the case is resolved. Gonzalez family goes on to say the King Road house is one of the most critical pieces of evidence. Let us ask this: isn't it better to have the King Road house and not need it than to need the King Road house and not have it? The Gonzalez family has released a statement following the announcement and definitive date of the demolition. I've read that statement before, so I'm not going to go over it. I don't have the voice for it. I'm sorry. But certainly, if you want to read through this article, I will drop it here in the chat. And you want to read that statement. The Kernodle family has also spoken. I've read their statement on a previous live. I'll drop that link if you'd like to go through it. Our voices, I'm going to take this quote here. Our voice has been loud and consistent and will stay that way for Kaylee, Xana, and all the victims until justice has been served. You may not know if you need it until later, or may become more important once the jury hears evidence in this case. It is our understanding that the King Road residence will not be demolished until after the trial is concluded. On another note, it is important that all the families of the victims stay involved in the process and trust your gut when it comes to standing up for the victims in this case. That was from Jeff Kernodle. I mean, Scott, do you see the problem here? Do you see the issue? Now, I understand you want to make this go away because it's a stain on the university. You know, that's your way of thinking now. We need to make it go away. It always seems like you're already moving past this, Scott. And we haven't even gotten there yet. Haven't even gotten to a trial. Haven't even gotten justice for these victims. I'm going to pull up another quote here from Mr. Scott. Mr. Scott Green, University of Idaho. It's a grim reminder that the heinous act that took place there, UI President Scott Green said in a news release, while we appreciate the emotional connection some family members of the victims may have to this house, it's time for its removal and to allow the collective healing of our community to continue. Is it really? You understand the emotional connection? I don't think you do, Scott. I don't think you do. You understand the emotional connection. I'm pissed. You all should be pissed. It's an extremely important piece of evidence in this case. And I totally stand by what the Gonzalez family says. It's better to have it there and not need it than to not have it there and need it. What if that's that minuscule percentage that you need to go back and check something and that house is gone? That could be a critical moment in this case, or a critical piece of evidence that they need to go back and explore for the jurors. And it's gone. And Brian Kohberger, while innocent right now until proven guilty, and I've been very open about this, I believe that the evidence against Kohberger is very strong. But let's say Brian Kohberger walks and there is no justice. Think about that. How does this all make you feel? Let's look at Fox News real quick. Idaho student murders demolishing King Road home before trial is a terrible idea, investigator says. Excuse me. Brian Koberger jury should get a chance to walk through the house, critics say. I agree. You're going to need that. So I think maybe the only way that this can be stopped, from what I'm understanding, is a civil suit. And I'm not sure if the Gonzalez family or any of the other families have anything in motion. We haven't heard anything. And I'm going to tell you, and I've been very critical of this and what I've said. I feel like this is a cash grab from the school. Let's tear it down. Let's get the memorial made. Let's get a bunch of people in there to visit our university. People got to eat. People got to stay somewhere. We have plenty of hotels. Thousands of people are going to come to flock to this area to look at this memorial, to pay tribute, as they should. They have every right to do that. But you're going to start doing that now, before a trial has even happened, Scott? I just don't get it. I don't understand. But something needs to happen here. We need some peaceful protests down there. We need a injunction by a judge or a court or someone to stop this. Or how about this, Scott? How about open your heart a little bit? Let's listen to these families of the victims. Maybe trust your gut instinct. Is this a good idea? I don't know. I'm pretty sick to my stomach. But let's do this. I'm going to drop the link one more time. Again, I'm going to try to conserve my energy here. Just want to pop on really quick and have a quick chat with you all. I'll drop that link to that petition. I think the best thing to do is get over. Let's sign that petition. Send it to friends, family, loved ones, anyone that has spent any significant time following the Idaho 4 case. Sign this petition. Let's stop the demolition of 1122 King Road until after the trial. All right, folks, real quick live one this afternoon. I hope you found some value in this. Please leave a comment down below. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe here. I'm going to try to come back tonight at 8:15. Hopefully I'm feeling a little bit better, as I want to get into Megyn Kelly has done I believe a 5-part series on the Idaho murders. It's actually pretty good. I've been listening to it. Yeah, I get it. A lot of recycled material in there, but some different perspectives and ways to look at it. And hopefully I'll be back tonight at 8:15. At 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time today, I'll be dropping another video in the Brent Kopaka case. That video is long. It's about 2.5 hours long. It's body cam footage. I want to make sure that people understand. They're asking why the redactions. If you look at the beginning of the video, I'm putting the redacted, there's a case log, and it states the law and why it's redacted. So make sure to pause the screen and read it. I have no control over that. That's what Pullman follows the law. They do their redactions. I have a lot of questions on that case. And when I'm well enough to talk about it, we'll certainly go over and review it. Because right now, my stomach feels a little uneasy about that case. And I can see possibly a civil suit coming out from the Kopaka family. But I have to look a little bit more at it and understand it. I've been reading over a lot of the case documents lately. So when I get a better understanding of it, we'll do some presentations and break it down. But I wanted to make sure that we had full case transparency on that case, because unfortunately, Brent Kopaka's name has been dragged all through this in the Idaho 4 case. I just want to go on record right now and say that Brent Kopaka has nothing to do with the Idaho 4 murders. and people need to stop making videos about Brent and stop trashing him. Now, listen, Brent said a lot of things on that day that I don't agree with, language that came out of his mouth that I would never say or condone. But it doesn't necessarily mean that we continue to drag a Purple Heart recipient through the mud and implicate him in these horrible murders. He's got nothing to do with it, folks. Stop making your stupid videos about him and implicating him. Let the guy rest. So I think that's going to be it. I'm going to wrap this one up. Again, I hope you found some value in this today, and I'm trying like hell to keep some content going on this channel. We're very, very close to hitting 12,600. We're about 7 subscribers away. So that's an awesome feat here for LTL over the last couple of days. And I feel like 15,000 is going to come quick with all your help, all of your support. I really do appreciate it. All right. I'm going to get some rest for the rest of the day here. I again hope to see you all back here at 8:15 tonight. If I'm feeling well, I'll pull through and do that. And we'll sit back and listen to Megan Kelly's podcast on part 1. Everybody have a fantastic day. Thanks for popping in really quick. I'll talk to y'all soon. See ya.